Fellow Toastmasters, especially you, Howard, it's an honor to follow you. Thank you for creating this club and giving us all this opportunity. It's like we are all your children. I don't know how many people have come through here, but God bless you. Thank you. And to you, Major, welcome, and thank you for your service. So Thursday mornings are one of my favorite times of the week. I meet my older son down on Washington Avenue. We have coffee every Thursday morning. And last Thursday, we realized we are both struggling with the exact same stubborn problem. And here it is. What do you do when a total stranger, a panhandler, walks up to you and asks for money? What do you do? Maybe you're like me, and maybe you have this notion that I'm not going to give you money because you're just going to use it for drugs or alcohol. Or I have this sensibility about work. I was trained and taught about the dignity of work, and I believe you should work for your money, not beg for it. Or maybe you're a little bit closer to my son, Ryan. He's been known to be at a McDonald's and a guy comes up and said, hey man, I'm hungry, and Ryan will buy him a meal. Or the reason it came up is just last Thursday morning, he was leaving his loft, meets a guy out in front of the loft, gives him a story. The guy's name is Ulysses. Shows him paperwork, the whole story. Ryan opens up his wallet and gives him all the money he has. Now, thank heavens it was only $6. And usually they don't have it. But we struggle with that, and we realize that my solution is probably a little bit too hard and harsh. His is probably a little bit too soft. So I think what Ryan and I are looking for is kind of that Goldilocks solution, something that's just right. Now, when you live in the suburbs, it's pretty easy, right? We usually encounter these people at the intersections or on the off-ramp. We're in our cars, we're safe. We avoid eye contact, we just keep on going. Out of sight, out of mind. If you live or work downtown, it's a different story. A lot of days I ride the bus, and it's not uncommon for me between the office to get asked at least one time for money. And if I'm waiting for the bus, it might be 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 times. It's just uncomfortable. Now sometimes it's interesting. A few weeks ago, my wife and I went down on a Sunday. I was running by the office. We took our dog with us, Lincoln. I wanted to take him to the office, let him run around. We were eating at Pie Pizzeria. We were sitting out on the outside patio. So we're sitting there waiting, and then I hear this, hey, buddy! Like we're just looking at each other. Because one thing I know is when you have a dog, they don't like to come very close. But I hear this, hey, buddy! And my wife and I, we're just looking at each other. We're ignoring him. He goes, that sure is a nice dog you have there. It's like, oh. So I turn, I thank you. As soon as you turn, he's got you. He's like, hey, you got any money? I gotta go get my teeth whitened. I looked at my wife, I said, what did he say? I said, what? He said, I gotta go get my teeth whitened up the street, I need some money. And I said, I'm a little bit short. I said, well, how short are you? About 25 bucks. I said, oh, I don't have $25 on me. He goes, that's okay, how much you got? I knew that guy had me. I said, oh man, I'm sorry, I can't help you today. And then he goes, all right, thanks anyway. And he just goes to the next guy. Hey man, you got any money? I need some tea. My wife looks at me, she goes, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? She goes, you shouldn't talk to people like that. Is that what you always do? I said, yeah. I usually try and strike up a little conversation. She goes, you can't do that. You don't know who these people are. She says, don't you ever watch those shows on TV where there's the lions and there's that water buffalo, the old water buffalo? That's what you are. They're going to gang up on you. It's not going to end well. So I don't want to really make too much light of the situation because it is annoying. I love being back downtown. There's a lot of people who live down there, and there's an excitement. There's a lot of good stuff going on, particularly with our young people, with young entrepreneurs. I love being downtown, but that's a problem. It's annoying. So you're probably wondering, like, well, why don't I just go back to my just say no, right? I just stiff arm them. Well, a couple Fridays ago, I was standing at the bus stop. I was right outside of Sugar Fire Barbecue on Washington, right there by the metro station. There's a lot of traffic. Gentleman walks up to me. He's about my age. He goes, hey, sir. He says, do you think you could help me out? I said, oh, man. I said, I'm sorry. I usually don't carry a bunch of cash on me. He goes, you know what? He goes, most people don't. He goes, me included. I don't have cash either. And I said, I got you. I said, what's your name? I said, my name's Bill. I said, what's your name? He said, my name's Leonard. I said, Leonard, I'm sorry. We chit-chatted for a little bit. And I said, Leonard, I'm sorry I can't help you out. I said, but I'm going to say a prayer for you. And he looked me right in the eyes and said, do you mind if we say that prayer right now? And I said, no, that's fine. So we grabbed hands, and right there in the corner, I just said a prayer for him. And he looked at me and he said, Bill, thank you. He goes, I appreciate that. He goes, maybe that was better than a little bit of money. And I said, well, I'm not sure about that, but thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you. So I turned back to the bus stop. And I was way early for my bus, but a few minutes later, I heard a little commotion behind me. And I turned around here like, that's not right. You shouldn't treat people like that. That's not right, man. Don't treat. And I see Leonard, I see a St. Louis police officer kind of ushering him outside. Leonard sat down. There's picnic benches there. And he sat down. He's like, you shouldn't treat people like that. I looked over, I made eye contact. I said, what's up, Leonard? And he goes, man, I just want to go sit down in there, and then they kick me out. He goes, Bill, I'm just hungry. I'm just hungry, man. I said, Leonard, I'm sure sorry. About that time, the bus came up. I said, Leonard, it's like really awkward. I said, Leonard, it's nice to meet you. Have a good weekend. And I get on that bus, and I pay my money, and as I'm sinking down in my seat, my heart sinks into my stomach. And I thought, that man was hungry. That man was hungry, and I didn't help him. So on the way home, I started to think, what's the difference between Leonard and me? Just blind, dumb luck. I could be Leonard. I might be Leonard one day, and he could have been me. And I started to think, man, we should have been praying for me, not him. So when I got home that day, I put a $20 bill in my bag so I'd always have it. And every day I'm walking around looking for Leonard. If I ever see him again, I'm going to buy him a sandwich. So when my son and I were talking about it last week, what do you do? What do you do? So we thought, well, maybe we'll come up with like a granola bar or some snacks. My son said, nah, the problem with that, Dad, is you're going to eat the snacks before they ever get to me. But we know that 99 out of 100 people, they want the money. They want the money. So we don't know. So what I thought I would do is turn to the collective wisdom of the group. So on those little speaker form, maybe you have an idea. Maybe an idea for Ryan and I. You write it. If you've got something that works for you, let me know, and then Ryan and I will talk about it. And I think the thing is as Ryan and I go through this change of seasons, I realize that it's about not just a father and son, but it's two guys trying to figure out, like, how can we be better men? He was raised at a Jesuit high school, and one of the things is be a better man for others. And that's what I'd like to close with tonight is, how do I become a better man? And maybe you can help me. So thank you very much.